time, we'll call the meeting to order. Please stand for the pledge.
To the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
At this time, do we have any additions to or deletions from the board agenda?
For me, Madam President.
Do we have any correspondence? We will move on to hearing of citizens. This will be restricted to 3-minute comments, where the time will be kept, and we will start with Becky Turner.
Good evening. My name is Becky Turner, and I would like to thank you for the opportunity to speak tonight. I am a newly retired teacher and can tell you that leaving education was the hardest decision that I ever made. I was a teacher because I wanted to help kids. I can tell you that I miss kids every day. What I don't miss is the other things. I'm here to ask a few questions of the board. Number one, why are the teachers working without a contract while you, as a board, have extended the superintendent's contract twice? I believe he has a contract through June 2023. Do you understand that a teacher's salary tops out between 15 and 17 years of teaching, and they do not get an increase in their pay unless a percentage increase is included in the contract? Do you know that if the cost of living goes up 3% and the teacher's salary goes up 1%, the teachers are losing 2% every single year? I can tell you that my highest 3 years' pay that my retirement was based on was from the years 2010, 2011, and 2012. Did you know that none of the Schedule C positions have a contract yet? They should have had the contracts before the season started. But those teachers are still doing their job. Why? Because they care about kids. Did you know that the Chieftain Heart put on a very successful tailgate last Friday before the football game? The kids had a great time. The person that planned it doesn't have a contract. Did you know that homecoming is 2 weeks away and the advisor doesn't have a contract? Or better yet, that the position for Student Senate Advisor and Chieftain Heart Advisor have not even been posted. But yet, you have teachers that have stepped up to do this because they care about kids. Did you know that the girls' golf season has 3 weeks left in it, and the coach still does not have a contract, but continues to coach because he cares about the kids? None of the coaches have been given a contract. They should have been given a contract prior to August 10th when practice started. Some of them chose to take pay bi-weekly, but they have not gotten any of their coaches' pay because they don't have a contract. Their money they have already earned sits in your bank, not their bank. What is the holdup with the Schedule C contracts? What is the holdup with the teacher contracts? Why is the district holding on to their money? Is it because you're trying to save money by not having to reprint a new contract? Well, I'll be happy to donate the paper to print them on. I could go on and on with my questions, but I think I've given you enough to think about. Please do the right thing. Pay the teachers what they are worth. Give them a contract. Thank you.
Thank you, Becky. Next, we have Matt Nichols.
Good evening. My name is Matthew Nichols. And in this district, I'm a lot of things. I'm a parent of a student at Pat Ham. I brought him here, Schools of Choice. I am a class sponsor for the senior class. I am the one that took over Chieftain Hart. I didn't know Becky was going to talk about that, but I'm the one that was there. I've done school improvement. I'm a high school teacher, and I'm here tonight as the DEA president. I have two topics that I wish to address to the board this evening. They are time and respect. At a special meeting earlier this month, Trustee Brewer caught my attention. He said he probably wanted more than anyone else, wanted more instructional time. In a way, I can agree with him, but with a caveat. I don't want to add time to the day. I want to add quality to the existing instructional time. I challenge the board to engage in a growth mindset. I challenge the board to have an open mind. Why would we want to add more time? Students and teachers both are already stretched thin. Shouldn't we be looking at ways to add quality over quantity? If we really want to affect real change and have a positive and lasting impact on our schools, shouldn't we be making sure that what we are providing is of the highest quality we can provide? Currently, we have 7 period days for 6 through 12, rather than the standard 6. This means that by the time attendance is taken and we get started, we have about 1 minute per student. Even the best teacher would struggle to differentiate instruction and have positive individual contact with every student in the time allotted. 7 hours rather than 6, with very little time for in-class work, also means students are burdened with more homework and less time for other family functions. We also eliminated multiple positions at the high school, 3 cores in the last 2 years. This has required the use of overloads at the high school in every core subject area. 7 hours was supposed to provide opportunity for more electives, but with the reduced number of staff, those have dwindled as well. The net effect is that we have a very large class sizes, which further exacerbates the issue we have with freshmen transitioning to the high school. Large class sizes and shortened instructional periods combined for low academic achievement and burned out students and teachers both. Schedule Cs are 6 weeks into working without their contracts, which means no one is receiving their additional pay. No one has received their individual contracts. In previous districts that I've been at, teachers received the assignment and signed contract the day before school started. And that was in a contract negotiation year as well. There are districts in our area that have been paying Schedule Cs for weeks. Respect. It is a word that everyone understands, and yet our staff feels it fails to get. Last year, we worked through arguably the most trying and challenging situation to teach in. We learned new programs, techniques, and methods. We made it work. And while other districts sent their teachers gift baskets, gave them stipends, made yard signs for their teachers, we got asked to do more. More paperwork, put your lesson plans in 2 different locations, work well past contract time to fill out forms and paperwork, larger class sizes, and more hours means grading. New duties and responsibilities, being forced to substitute teach on our plan hours, being micromanaged, and the list goes on. But I'm limited on time, so I'll stop there. However, it is no wonder why so many teachers are burning out so quickly. Teachers feel disrespected. They feel like admin believes they are dispensable. We are overworked and underpaid, and the offers being made are yet another slap of disrespect. The most common complaint I receive is the climate and culture of our district has degraded to a point where they don't want to be here. It is all about not feeling respected. I have a student in this district. I brought my son here through Schools of Choice because I believe in the teachers and staff we have here. But I believe we can do better. We need to do better. If we want to be a destination district, we need to start treating our teachers and students with the respect and care they deserve. Thank you.
Hello and good evening. Thank you for taking the time to hear my concerns. I'm up here again for a second time. I stood here several weeks ago and expressed my concern about the large number of teachers and staff members that left Dowagiac schools over the summer. Thank you, Mrs. Turner, and thank you, Mr. Nichols. I think you hit some nails on the heads there. I will say, unfortunately, through indirect means, I think I found out why teachers are leaving Dowagiac Union Schools. I think I will put it as basically the lack of transparency from the district. When I moved to Dowagiac nearly 25 years ago, I was appalled at the community's perception of the school board and upper administration. The community did not trust administration nor the school board, and there was no transparency whatsoever. The perception was there was always a hidden agenda. I will say over the past 25 years, it's taken a lot of hard work and a lot of great individuals to help change that perception, and that perception had begun to fade. I'm sad to say from what I've heard and what I've seen recently, this perception is roaring back stronger than ever. One thing this pandemic has shown everyone, teachers and school employees are rock stars in our community. Families have realized the huge value of education and teachers and staff. But yet, here we are in Dowagiac. Our teachers are still doing what they do best, but they're still working without a contract. As I mentioned several weeks ago, in the business world, anybody who has a bachelor's degree plus a master's degree, they're making a six-figure salary. However, I'm not involved in contract negotiations and I have no desire to be, but I'm pretty sure our teachers are not asking for a six-figure salary. They're not asking for their true worth. I mean, come on, what are they really asking for? A small salary increase to help offset the cost of living? Let's face it, prices at the grocery store are skyrocketing. Gas continues to hover around $3 a gallon. A 1% increase, a 2% increase, it's not keeping up with the cost of living. What else are they looking for? A fair amount of planning time? I never understood how planning times can be calculated. 7 minutes here, 3 minutes there, 15 minutes here, 12 minutes there. All while the teachers are still trying to find time to use the restroom, maybe make some last-minute copies or prepare for their next lesson. Maybe they're looking for a slightly higher contribution from the school district to help offset health insurance costs. I know that's a huge deal. I ask the Board of Education and Mr. Wan, please, give these rock stars what they're looking for and give them a contract. They deserve it. These teachers are working 7 to 8 hours a day in front of their classrooms. They have to be on every minute. They don't get a chance to take a break. They're putting in so many hours after school. At the elementary level, the teachers are out getting the students on the correct bus. They're out there organizing the school pickup line so that parents know they can go to cone number 4 and pick up their kid, or go to cone number 3 and pick up their kid, just so they can keep the school pickup line going. That's our teachers doing that. And don't even get me started. The teachers are there. They're putting kids in their car seats. They're getting them buckled in the back seat of the car so the parents can go. These are our teachers. And then on top of that, they're grading papers. They're filling out report cards. They're contacting families of students who maybe were really awesome that day, or maybe a little less than awesome that day. They're preparing their lesson plans in their classrooms for the next day or the next week. They're cutting out laminated stuff. Teachers knew they weren't going into education. It was not a 40-hour-a-week job. But let's give these teachers a contract and understand what they're looking for. Thank you.
Thank you, Paul. I would like to thank Matt for the invite for the tailgate party last Friday. It was exciting to see Mr. Sperling in the dunk tank, and it was nice and hot. So I think from what I've seen was a very good turnout. So thank you for everyone who contributed to that. Next, we have informational items, financial report with Stacy.
It is recommended that we pay our bills as follows. General fund, $655,934.84. Food service, $98,197.95. Capital projects, $41,163,629.96. Capital projects number 49, $64,249. And the activity accounts, $990.60.
Thank you, Stacy. Next, we have superintendent report. Mr. Wan.
The important topic for tonight would be a reminder of next week, this week and next week, starting tomorrow. Strategic planning groups will be holding sessions with Jack Tempsey, our facilitator. Middle school students will be meeting tomorrow afternoon. There's a staff open session at 2:45 held at the middle school. Administrators and directors will be meeting tomorrow at 4. And then the first of 4 community sessions will be at 6 p.m. tomorrow at the middle school in the cafeteria. On Wednesday, there will be a staff opportunity at 4:30 p.m. Again, there will be another community session at 6 p.m. here at the middle school. And then next Tuesday, the 28th, high school students will meet in the afternoon with Jack. There'll be another opportunity for staff at 2:45, and that session would be at the high school. And then that evening, the community at 6 p.m. here at the cafeteria. And then next Thursday, the 30th, another staff opportunity at 4:30 p.m., and the community fourth one will be at 6 p.m. And then, of course, ladies and gentlemen, our retreat would be on November 13th. So I just wanted to remind everyone of that one more time. And that was the big topic for tonight.
I believe I asked this previously. For the high school and for the high school meetings, are those, for the students, are those, did we seek out students too, or was it just an open invite? How is that working?
Principals were working on trying to pull a diverse population for that group. That's what they were asked to do. That's what Jack's suggestion was, is to make it as diverse as possible.
Okay.
When do we start determining who's going to be at that November 13th retreat? Because it's going to be representatives from the community, it's going to be representative like staff, it's going to be with a large number, it's going to be, so when do we start determining that?
Well, that process has already begun.
Okay, great.
And that is something that we've talked about, is for board members to be thinking about potential community members, and then administrators, directors will be talking with staff as well. So I think Jack said 30 to 50, and is what is typical, if I remember the numbers off the top of my head. So we'll be working on that after the community forums has started to collect that information, and then we'll go with the November 13th target date.
So you've already we've already compiled a list of people?
Started to collect some names, yeah.
So the
But
board-
that list will come and will ebb and
The
flow.
board needs to get their names in.
Yes, if you have specific
Yes.
recommendations, then absolutely. We'd greatly appreciate it, because that will hopefully prevent some overlap and help us to focus down that list. Thank you.
Okay. Next, I need a motion to approve the consent agenda.
I make a motion that we approve our consent agenda for this evening.
Support.
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? New business, we have recommendation of hire.
I, Ron Jones, make the motion to approve the recommendation of the superintendent for the hiring of Stephanie Munson and Susan Baldwin, pending all background checks, references, and certification has been verified and approved.
Second.
Yes.
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 And at this moment, I need a motion to go into closed session for purpose of negotiations.
I, Brent Brewer, make the motion to go into closed session for the purpose of contract negotiations.
Support.
Yes.
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 Yes.